Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have someone who was attacked by a pit bull and survived in the front row. How about a round of applause? All right, the golden age of TV sucks. All right, dear Billy Tube, I know they've dubbed this the golden age of television. Well, they would have to accurately call it the second golden age of television, because the first golden age, I believe, was back in the 1950s, and the people who called it the golden age were the white people making the television for other white people, right? But any person says, I really hate it. Of course, I enjoy some of the shows that are coming out, but overall, I don't enjoy the experience. I hate having to select a show on a menu. It makes it that much easier for me to change it 15 minutes in if I'm not impressed. Dude, I'm with you. I'm going back to reading. I like it better. I pick up a book, I read a little bit, I get sleepy, I go to sleep, done. Over. These fucking streaming services, God bless them. I know the kids love them, and I'm old and not for me. I find it overwhelming. I keep saying to a buddy of mine, going, some of these streaming things, it reminds me of Robin Williams made this movie called Moscow on the Hudson, which I'm sure is on Netflix, Amazon, fucking Apple, all these Disney, all these fucking places that stream, HBO. And there's a scene, he defects from Russia, where the stereotype was everybody had to stand in line in the black market. Sorry, I just hit the lamp here. And there weren't a lot of choices. So when he defects, the first time he goes to a supermarket and he sees all the choices he has, he gets so overwhelmed that he faints. And that's basically, I don't faint, but when I go on like a streaming service thing, I get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of choices that most of my time on the streaming service, I spend scrolling through shit. And in the end, I just go, you know what? Fuck this. It's literally like, like when you got to do your taxes and for an entire year, you just threw every receipt into this box and there's no organization to it whatsoever. And then one day you got to open it up and you don't even know where the fuck to begin. That's how I feel. So I am a big believer now in getting back. I'm going to try to get back into reading, and I walk away from my phone now. I try for a couple hours each day. I just haven't, shut off or somewhere else. And I got to be honest, I'm not missing anything. I've never had any sort of urgent call or anything or any opportunity that I missed. And it's kind of nice to just sort of fucking walk away from it. And then when you come up to your phone after a couple hours, it's kind of exciting because you have all these fucking text messages so you can get right back and get a nice hit of the crack. It's kind of nice. It's kind of a nice thing. So if you've noticed a change in me, as I explore being sober, I want you guys to know that I promise you I will continue to get more and more preachy. I'm going to be doing... I just feel like for me, reading and being conscious of a higher power... How many people have said that while wearing like fucking red bottom shoes? You ever heard of The Giving Tree? The sequel is The Caring Whore. All right. Slavery in Libya. I'm going to loan my Botox-faced celebrity influencer Instagram page to this cause because I just feel like I just so totally just like... Hey, I got to tell you something. I was listening to Howard Stern the other day, and he was doing this fucking thing about one of these bachelor shows, and this guy I had never heard anybody say this. I learned this back when I was at Emerson College. Vocal fry. Vocal fry basically occurs when you're not pushing enough air through your voice box, and it causes you to talk like this. And it's really weird because when they start to get more intense, they're still not pushing enough air, and it just gets louder, and it's really fucking annoying. You just want to take a fire hose and jam it down their fucking throat. So anyways, he was talking about this person on the show, this guy who had vocal fry. And they were I don't know how the fuck they did this, but they started playing Lamb of God. And I love that band. But they were just playing the singer singing without any of the instruments and just his vocal track. I was fucking dying laughing because it fits perfectly with the band, and the band is fucking awesome and I love it. But when you just take that guy out by himself, like I was fucking punching the steering wheel. I was laughing so hard. So if you guys can somehow find that, I'll do a little search here, see if it's available to save you some fucking time if you're driving in your car here. Let's see here. Howard Stern, Lamb of God, vocal track. Let me see if this comes up. And it doesn't. Oh, fuck you. It was one of the great, I don't know. I'm sure somebody who knows how to search better than me. I'm not a searcher. I'm a seeker. Slavery in Libya. Dear Billy Elect, have you heard about how much of a fuck show Libya is? Ever since Hillary Clinton brought down Gaddafi. Oh, did she do it? I didn't know she did that. That's the latest thing to blame her for. They had a complete breakdown in their already suffering society. All right. They have open air slavery. Oh, you got to hate when it goes outside, you know. As long as it's inside, I think, you know. Open air slavery. Jesus, that could get contagious. And it's got so bad that the U.S. troops had to pull out because it wasn't safe for them. Now, the person gave me a link, but it was to the Washington Post, and then I got to read like half an article, and they got me interested, and then they're like, hey, man, if you want to read the rest of it, why don't you subscribe? It only costs you $1, big boy. So I had to go to some other site and try to figure out what the fuck's going on there. He said, it makes no sense that we do this shit other than someone powerful controls our armies to help their business interests. Oh, you know, you had such a great point to make and you left out some word. It makes no sense that we do this shit other than someone powerful controls our armies to help their business interests. Yeah, well, Libya is saying that is bullshit. They're saying this is just a smear campaign, which the world is so fucked up right now. I would actually listen to that like, okay, now are we using this as an excuse to invade them? But it seems like we're leaving. I don't know. Well, are these people that are being enslaved, are they lucky enough to be being enslaved on land that has a lot of oil underneath it? Because if it does, the cavalry is coming. If it's just regular earth with dirt underneath it, yeah, they're in trouble. Yeah, it's fucked up. This is one of these stories. I read a little bit about it. That's why I try not to look at this shit, which I know is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stay informed and try to help fellow human beings. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. It was super depressing, the pictures and everything that I saw. And it just makes no sense to me that I get lucky enough to be born where I am and how I look. I'm not saying I'm good looking, saying I got lucky enough to be born a white dude. And what the fuck wrong thing did they do? They were born in a different part of the world, look different. Nobody fucking wants them. They're refugees. I don't know. It's a fucking shame. And I have no idea how to stop it. If anybody has any suggestions. By the way, I'm still trying to set up a charity for a fucking local high school. I can't believe how fucking difficult it is. Trying to find a fucking place to do it where I can also dictate where I want the money to go. Finding a high school to do a charity at is not that difficult, but finding one that you can actually say, okay, now this is just going to go to this, right? This isn't going to go to the teacher's lounge, fucking weed bank for spring break.